I'm sorry. Back in 3 minutes, the Doug Stewart Show. Doug Stewart here to tell you about my man Smooth at SmoothTickets.com. Smooth's got the tickets for everything that you need in the world of sports, concerts, or theater. I don't care what it is. I don't care where it's at in this great land of ours. My man Smooth at SmoothTickets.com, he got them tickets. I'm telling you, boxing, baseball, NBA, NFL, country music concerts, hard rock, hip-hop, theater, Broadway, he's got them all. And if he don't have them, there ain't none. I'm telling you. SmoothTickets.com. Once again, that's SmoothTickets.com, or give him a call at 404-374-1150. Once again, that's 404-374-1150. You gotta tell him, though, that I sent you. You gotta tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Once again, SmoothTickets.com. That's SmoothTickets.com. Yeah!
The sleeper pick. The guy only you believe in. In 1 week fantasy football on DraftKings, he can be the difference. So trust your gut. Trust your numbers. Trust your Uncle Vito if you want. But know this, that sleeper is out there. The question is, who's going to play him? This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time.
To create your account, click on the banner link on the DougStewartShow.com or the Doug Stewart Show app. There's a storm coming. A firestorm. Get ready to raise your game because watching sports will never be the same. Introducing FireFan. It's a game changer. Finally, a sports app that puts you into the game. You predict the scores, you call the plays in real time while you watch and compete against sports heroes, celebrities, friends, family, or other die-hard fans. The more you call it, the more points you can achieve. Also, be a loyal fan and earn loyalty rewards. Don't miss the hottest app of the year, FireFan. Ignite your passion. Yeah! Yes, sir. Yeah. Register now at firefan.com today. Enter player rewards code TDSS. That's player rewards TDSS. Play the game, fan the fire, earn rewards.
I like this.
To all the ladies in the place with style and grace, allow me to lace these lyrical dishes in your bushes. Who rock grooves and make moves.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Biggie.
The back of the club, macking holes, my crew's behind me. Mad question asking, passing, music blasting. But I just can't quit because one of these honeys Biggie got to creep with, sleep with, keep the ep a secret. Why not? Why blow up my spot? Cause we both got hot. Now check it. I got more Mac than Craig and in the bed. Believe me, sweetie, I got enough to feed the needy. No need to be greedy. I got mad friends with Benzes. See notes by the layers. True to life players. Jump in the Rover and come over. Tell your friends jump in the GS3. I got the chronic by the tree. I love it when you call me Big Pop. Throw your hands in the air.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. One quick story, man. Victor Olidipo. Man, it pays to play basketball in 2016. Victor Oladipo, man, point guard for now the Oklahoma City Thunder. Sources are saying received a 4-year extension. He just got traded from Orlando in the offseason. The man received a 4-year extension worth $84 million. Praise his holy name. Wow. The man was just traded. The man was on the trading block. Like, he's a young player. He's a very, very good player. But he was just traded. Like, people that get traded early in their career like this, you usually don't hear about them getting $84 million deals. And this kind of continues from what happened this summer, man, with all of these big new deals, with all of this, the new bargaining agreement between the NBA and the players, man, and TV money coming in and all of that stuff. But Victor Oladipo, man, I mean, they gave Victor Oladipo $84 million. Wow. Praise his holy name. Okay. Go ahead with your bad self. Wow. He was traded to the Thunder on draft night in a deal that sent Serge Ibaka to Orlando. In 3 seasons, Oladipo career averages 15.9 points, 4.3 rebounds, and 4 assists per game. I mean, that's solid for a young point guard, and he can play. He can play. I love this game. And they also gave the Adams kid, who emerged last year as part of the team's foundation, Steven Adams, who's 23 years old. When he averaged a double-double in the series against the Spurs and Warriors in 3 seasons, Adams is averaging 6.3 points per game, 6 rebounds per game. And they gave him, what was the number? And I lost the number. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. They're giving Steven Adams $100 million. How long is the term for this? I don't see the term. 4 years. They're going to give Adams a deal as 4 years and $100 million. Wow. As I said earlier, it ain't tricking if he got it, I guess. To quote the great T.I. Let me read some messages in the chat room, Spreaking.com. Yeah, it ain't tricking if you got it. From Tiffany Poodle in Portland. Hey, Tiffany Poodle in Portland. She says, Curtis Martin, Jason Kidd, and Jimmy Jackson all have one thing in common. Tony Braxton, shaking my head. And you can add Birdman to that list now, too. Wow. Look, listen to these names and tell me which one doesn't belong. Like, you remember Sesame Street? One of these things doesn't belong here. Curtis Martin, Jason Kidd, Jimmy Jackson, Birdman. Yeah. From T Too Much Cognac Dub. What's up, T Too Much Cognac Dub? He says, not a Hall of Famer. Curtis Martin got it for likability. Okay. I mean, I don't know what reason Curtis Martin got into the Hall of Fame. I mean, his numbers, once again, and I guess I put a higher premium on the Hall of Fame. Like you need to be special. You need to be special. You're not even you don't even need to be very, very good. You need to be special, like once in a lifetime player. In my book, that's what a Hall of Famer is. And I'm finding out recently that that's not necessarily the case. From Rough Buff, Mocha Andre Johnson says Miami Hurricanes, Texas Hall of Famer, not NFL. So a lot of y'all agree with me. And I know there's a lot of y'all that don't agree with me on Andre Johnson. From Corey, Jordan only won 6 rings. What happened the other 8 to 10 years they played? I mentioned a couple other guys that, are in the Hall of Fame, and that the Hall of Fame in basketball, they put relatively very good guys in, or guys I wouldn't consider Hall of Famers. From Texas Ty, X Squad, he says, just because you say he's in the Hall of Very Good doesn't mean we are saying he sucks. I agree. I agree with that. Just because I'm saying that they shouldn't, or I wouldn't put him in the Hall of Fame, or that, they're more so in the Hall of Very Good, that doesn't mean, when I say that, I'm not saying that the player sucks or is bad. I mean, clearly the player is very, very good. I just have a different, expectation for, when I hear Hall of Fame, I think special. I don't think Andre Johnson or Curtis Martin. When I think Hall of Fame, I think O.J. Simpson and Jerry Rice and Randy Moss and Michael Irvin and Barry Sanders. That's what I think of Hall of Fame. That's all. There's no disrespect to Curtis Martin, anybody like that, man. I just don't get it. From ducking and dodging, so when it comes to the Hall of Fame, you don't want to think about it? From, his name was David Carr. Leonard Preacher Slayer said David Carr, then Matt Schaub. Yeah, that's Derek Carr's Big Bubba. Let's see what we got here. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show from Sydney Fifferipple. Jackson, he says, and I lost the damn message. I apologize. From Uncle Mike, that's the difference between Curtis Martin and Andre Johnson. Proximity. New England, New York, Parcells, Houston, and Tennessee for Johnson. Yeah, that probably played into it as well. I always talk about on this show that, you know, the people, the entity that controls the sports narrative is ESPN. ESPN sits in the middle of New England, okay, and New York City. They sit in the direct middle between Boston and New York City. So a lot of people that work there at the Puppet Factory, they're from the area. They grew up as a Boston, you know, Patriots, New England Patriots fan or a New York Yankees fan, and a lot of it comes across in the narrative. It does. And so maybe that has something to do with Curtis Martin. He's beloved in that part of the country. Andre Johnson isn't going to have that. He isn't going to have that playing on his side. A lot of New York, Boston, sports-friendly people. He's not going to have that on his side. Curtis Martin did. Let's see. From Andre Johnson, 14 seasons, 14,000 yards, 70 TDs. Calvin Johnson, 9 seasons, 11,000 yards, and 83 TDs. If Calvin's in, then Andre is in, my opinion. I mean, that's another perfect example to me. Calvin Johnson, Megatron, Hall of Famer, dominant. Like, I don't have to think about it. Like, I think of the it's not only if you just say the name, do you instantly think Hall of Famer, but think about their dominance. Calvin Johnson was one of the most dominant wide receiver in the NFL. He was. Like, there's not many wide receivers that I'll take that are in the Hall of Fame before I would take Calvin Johnson. And that ultimately is the question. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. If you're a kid, and you've heard me say this many times on the Two Live Stews back in the day, if you're a kid on the sideline and you're picking teams and you're picking players, you're picking wide receivers at the height of their career, you're like, how many wide receivers are you going to take before you take Calvin Johnson? There's not a lot. There's not a lot. There's a couple. There's a handful. You know, maybe you take Jerry Rice. I guess. You know, based on what he's done in his career. You know, maybe you take Jerry Rice. Maybe you take Randy Moss. Michael Irvin. Would you take Michael Irvin before you took Calvin Johnson? Okay, knowing their size, strength, speed, their ability to break coverage. If you put all of that into an equation, would you take Michael Irvin before Calvin Johnson? That's a coin toss. I mean, no disrespect to Michael Irvin, phenomenal. But that's how highly I regard Calvin Johnson. It's not just because he went to Georgia Tech or anything like that. He's from Atlanta. No. Calvin Johnson pretty much is unstoppable. It was unstoppable when he played in the NFL. 6'5", 225, 230 pounds. The man ran a 4.2 at the combine. He played for a sorry team, a sorry organization his entire career. But point blank, if I had a chance or a choice between Michael Irvin and Calvin Johnson, I think I might take Calvin Johnson. Let's get out of here, man. Yes, sir. Don't sleep on Megatron.
You gonna eat your beans and
yeah.
Yes, it's your grown man Gator.
Hey, thank you so much for joining your boy. I really do appreciate it. Man. Listen, I don't know, man. I'm not a teacher or anything like that, but if I was a teacher grading this show today, I'd give it an A+. Yes, sir. Yeah. Hey, shouts out to everybody that made today's show possible. Shouts out to Waterhead Walter, your greenhorn ass over there. Whatever. Shouts out to my man Poe Politicking, Dwayne Bassan, Gerald Oliveri, engineers to the show. Thank y'all very much. Shouts out to my man Pink Gator for this track right here.
Run out of oil, got crown, I'm a cute, scoop. up a dime, said
Yeah. And a special thank you to all of the Stewies, man. Without you, there would be no me. Thank you, thank you, thank you.